Okay, I found a picture on Pinterest and I loved it. And I looked down at the picture and I saw a name. It was called Forest Acre Primitives. So if I'm going to do something that's similar to what she's done, I want to give her credit because it's hers. But I went on Facebook and I was doing a search and I finally ran across her. And she has an Etsy store and she sells laser cuts. You know, the package for you to do yourself. And she had the butterfly. You'll see how I'm going to do it. But I will leave that link to her store with the butterfly down below in my description. And hers is done in wood. And you know, I've been doing cardboard. And I thought this would look really cute on cardboard. So I found me a butterfly online. And then I printed out some paper. And I am going to, excuse me, I'm trying to get just a little bit of that flower in there. I wished I could go this way with it, but I can't. I'm going to fit this on there. And then I'm going to trace and cut this. If I had not resized this in Lightburn, because I did it in Lightburn, my laser software, because I did cut my butterfly out in Lightburn, the cardboard. But if I hadn't have done that, I could have brought it into my Silhouette software and let it cut it out on my Cameo. But I resized it and made it, I can't remember if I made it a little smaller or a little bigger. But I'm going to have to fussy cut it. And I don't really need like this here and then the tentacles because I'm going to use something else. But now I'm just going to sit here and fussy cut this out. It's just copy paper. And then I'm going to Mod Podge it onto the butterfly. So I'm going to cut this out and I'll be back. Alright, I have it cut out. And I am just going to cut, because I'm putting a spindle through here. Through the middle. Just kind of cutting that down. I'm going to cut the antennas off for sure. I don't need those. I need some good scissors. These things don't want to cut. Okay, now. Push that down. I wonder, as you can see, when I made this pattern in Lightburn, I added 2 holes up here for a hanger. And then I added 2 holes right here. So I thought, because I may not want to hot glue my spindle, I thought I could wire them on. So that's what I'm going to do. That's the reason those holes were there. I'm going to get this fit on there. Well, after I Mod Podge it, then I can turn it over and get me, I have a sharp thing I can run in there and put my holes in. But I'm going to start Mod Podging this down on there. I did not spray my paper. Well, maybe this won't do too bad. Last time I printed with the Epson, the ink didn't bleed. The Canon ink bleeds. It may not be the Canon ink. I don't know. Because I do use generic ink in the Canon because it's expensive. That's probably it. I'm going to try it without it because I'm ready to get this done. See how it turns out. That lady, she has so many cute patterns. I'm going to have to go in there and look at all of them. Let's see. I got to make sure that's not twisted. Well, I'm not getting it down right. I should have done half over here and half there. Now let's see. That's good enough. Probably let my glue get dry a little bit by twisting it around, pulling it up. I'm going to finish my epoxy this on, and I'll be back and see what else I'm going to do to it. I have several ideas. All right, I have this down on there, and I just decoupaged it on and put the top coat on there. Okay, on this part of the video, I'm doing a voiceover. It was running just fine, and all of a sudden it went into slow-mo. And so I'm going to do a voiceover, and I'm showing you here that I'm taking my ruler and my bone folder, and I'm going on each side of the body and just marking it so that my wings will bend. It'll bend the cardboard. And I'm getting out the Dixie Belle drop cloth. And I'll pour a little bit in a cup, and I'm going to mix it with some salt wash. And I make a fairly thick mixture. But I'm probably going to cut the video off right here after I start adding it, when I start stirring it, so you don't have to sit through this. And now I'm adding the salt wash to my paint. And just stirring it up, and I'll add a little more till I get it to the right consistency. And now I'm going to take my palette knife, and I'm just going to start smearing it over the paper. It's kind of like a mixed media. Well, it is, really. And you can see the consistency is pretty thick. Anyways, I'll cover that, you know, like that, and then I'll let that dry. All right, this is dry. Whoops. Let's check this. Okay, it is getting a little dry, so I'm going to add just a little bit of my coffee, instant coffee, cinnamon, and vanilla and water to it. Just to darken it up a little bit. Now it's getting stiff. That stuff doesn't last long once you put that salt in there, or that, not salt, yeah, salt wash. I'll get a little more. I just want a little darker color to smear on it a little bit. Okay, that is not enough color for me, so I'm going to add a little instant coffee to it. A couple pinches. And I'm not going to want a lot of it either. Just a little different color, and I'm just going to put it on anywhere. Actually, could have been darker. Sure could have. Okay, I know I'm going to want some rust looking stuff on it. Yes, that could have went darker. And if I put any more on it, then I'm covering all my paper up. But I've got to do it. Kind of put it in the same spot that it's in. All right, I'm going to leave it like that. I can always make another one. And I am going to go try to make it look rust. I think I'm going to use some of my coffee Mod Podge to go around the edges. But I have to let this dry first. Okay, that color was fine once it dried. There is quite a bit of difference. And this is just Mod Podge and instant coffee. I'm just going to kind of go in around the edges with it. Pull it down. Don't really know where. I'm just doing it. Just darken it a little bit in places. Could have used wax. I'm just kind of looking at it. Okay, I like the way it looks around the edges now. Trying to figure out if there's any place else I need something. I think that's fine. I don't want to do too much and then ruin it. Okay. But I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to get started and put the body on it. I wish that didn't have that on there, but I'll cover that up. That won't show. And I need to poke my holes. I can do that while it's a little damp. And I'll paint the back of this too to make it look better. I'm just taking one of these and make my holes that I already cut in my pattern. Okay, I'm just going to do the ones up here. I'm not sure, the ones on top, I'm not sure I'm going to use the ones down on the bottom of the body, towards the bottom. But they're there, and I can put them, if I decide I need them, I can put them in. Okay, there's that. Now I'm going to let that dry and then figure out how I'm going to seal it off. I bet I'll use probably just some clear wax. It is dry now, and I'm just going to take some Dixie Belle Best Dang Wax, and I'm going to seal this up. And then wear the body on it. All right, I got me some little floral wire out here, because I didn't think it needed to be heavy wire. And I'm going to see about where I want that. I think about like that. Okay, we'll stick that there. And right back down in there. And I think that will be strong enough to hold it. And put it in a groove. Yeah. And I'll probably cover this right in here with a piece of, that didn't get very tight. A piece of burlap or something. I'll pull that as tight as I can and twist it. And it looks like I may need to go ahead and do it there, because it is wanting to do that. So I'm going to poke my holes there. Let's see if I can see them. There's one. There's one, and there's a little groove right there. And that wire is so small it doesn't even show up once it goes down in that groove. Keep that in a groove if I can. Okay, turn it over. Pull it real tight and twist. And I'll take these here, group them together maybe, and maybe twist them around. Push it down and cut them off. Yeah, I'll put just a little piece of burlap right there after I paint the back. Okay, that looks good. Now, it's time to start embellishing. I'm going to go get some material out. I'm probably going to make a messy bow, putting right in there, and some Sweet Annie, whatever I can find to put on it, and get this finished. Oh, and I need to do I have my wire out. I might as well do the hanger. Whoa. Glad that wasn't me. It stuck right into the table. Mercy. That's sharp. That'd hurt. That there. I don't know how long I want it. Probably about like that. You get my glue gun on too, make an antenna, or the feelers or antenna, whatever they are. And this one I think I'll come up here, go around about twice, and then twirl it up there. Okay, I don't have my glue gun on, or I'd go ahead and make my antenna. I'm going to turn my glue gun on and get all my stuff gathered up that I think I might want to use, and finish this off. And I have been working on another one while things are drying, and I'm sitting here. Kind of been doing two of them at the same time. This one's different. It's more grungy, and I think I like it. I really do. I've done this one, and I didn't use any paper on this one. This is just the cardboard. That's it. And then I put the layer of the lighter salt wash and then a little darker salt wash, and then I did go around the edges with the glue, the coffee and glue, and I sprinkled a little cinnamon on it, kind of patted in there and shook it off. It's just grungier. I like it. Of course, I like grungy. I think they're both cute, but I prefer this one, so I'll probably finish it up too. I forgot to cut my thing off here. Not a problem. I'm going to have to go find another spindle. If you don't have one of these kind, you can use like a bed spindle, or you can use a dowel rod. Or maybe you can make a body out of cardboard. I don't know. You can come up with something. It's the way I do things. All right, I'm going to go get my stuff gathered up so I can finish this off. Okay, I've been sitting here trying to make a bow. Just got a bunch of strips out of material. Started stuffing it in the Bowdabra. Pull it out of there. Pull it as tight as I can. And hope I didn't make it too thick. Because I keep saying, well, I need to add a little of this, a little of that. And it was, yeah, it's pretty thick. Cut some of those little pieces off there. Now, set that aside. Thought maybe I could tie that around there with these two pieces of jute. Okay. Bring that back here. I have to paint over everything. Tie it really tight. Okay. Okay, I've made an antenna, and I've got my hot glue gun going. I don't know, but I'm going to put my antenna on. I just took it, a piece, and cut it off and V'd it, and then took my needle nose and curled it. And there's a spot that'll go right down into. So I am going to put a lot of hot glue on this, stick it down there, and then drop some more hot glue down in there. Just like that. And here's an antenna now. Okay, just put a little more right in there so it doesn't come out. Now I'm going to trim my bow up because it's too much. I'm going to trim this up and kind of fluff it up, and then I'll be back. All right, I've trimmed that up, and I've got some Sweet Annie. And I'm going to stick around on it to give it a little more something. I think I want some right in here. Don't like that. Take this piece, put it right. Boy, that's sticking up a lot further. Try that. Maybe right in there. Put a little more down in there too. Let's see. Well, maybe I don't need it. I don't like that piece. I'm going to have to grow me some more Sweet Annie this year. What I have left is starting to turn brown. Let's see, maybe about like that much of it. At the notepad. Nope, don't like it. Well, guys, you know me. I'm going to fiddle with this for a long time before it is finished. So I'm going to work on this a little more. Just a little something more. I don't know what it is. But I'm going to work on a little more and get this in there the way I want it. And it'll be done. Well, I think I have it finished now. I just tucked a few pieces of the Sweet Annie in there. I went through my buttons. I couldn't find anything I liked. So I cut out a button, or made a button in Silhouette software. Took it to Lightburn. And it has a little butterfly on it. And then I stained the button. And then went over it with a little bit of yellow, watered down colonial mustard yellow for the butterfly. Then I went on Google and found the definition for a butterfly, and I picked out the part that I liked. It says insect typically having a slender body with knobbed antenna and broad colorful wings. And then I went in and put an image in there. You can faintly see it. Printed it out on a cream paper and inked the edges, and that was my tag. And that was finished. And I also worked on the other one. I'll show you that one. Oh, and this stuff here, I just love this. I got some in a Happy Mail for Margaret, and I used all of it, and I just found a curtain panel at the thrift store, cut it up, and coffee dyed it, and I use that in a lot of stuff. There's a thicker piece there. Right here's a thinner piece. And I'm using that all the time. Of course, I like the lace too, but man, a panel gave me a lot of that. But she gave me a lot, and I went through all of it. Anyways, now I'm going to move to the next one. And this is the rusty, crusty looking one that I done. This ribbon here, I had got, probably 2 years ago, marked down at Hobby Lobby after Christmas. And I thought it looked, just fit kind of in with this. And then this chicken wire look here, that's cardboard that I had cut out. Testing, what I do is I'm trying to make patterns with my laser, for my laser. And instead of wasting wood, I'll start out with cardboard, just a cereal box with cardboard. Then when I get it sized right and everything, then I'll go test it with my wood. I save a lot of wood doing that, by the way. But I had a piece laying here. This was a little thinner cut out than this one. And I thought, So I just took it and rusted it up and Mod Podged it down on there. It gives it just a little character. And it's kind of mixed media. And I really like the way this one turned out. And I'm not sure if I still have the holes. I got to paint my back and fix them up yet. But I still have the holes if I want to hang it, put a hanger on it. But for right now, I'm going to leave it like that in case I just want to set it on a table or something, somewhere and kind of tilt it. So I have one with the hanger and one without. And now they're both finished. So I think they turned out really cute.